Apostle of Good Millstone. How praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Kokodash. Should want to wonder Hebrew Israelites, Zechariah 13:8, which are the Nicholas, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as bloodline, who are still pressed together according to the book of Jeremiah 50:33, but whom Soleil belong the adoption, the glory, the covenants, the giving of the law, the promises, the service of God, according to the book of Romans chapter 9, verse 4, Ecclesiastes 4. Ecclesiastes 10:7. I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. KJV 16:11. With you about thinking a little bit more positive, right? Because to be honest, there are a lot of things, where you can basically bug out. Okay. Okay, I mean, you have people in the world, okay, they kill themselves because they think they are followed, okay, or they think they are persecuted, right? So what they do is they kill themselves. He kills himself, or she kills herself. Okay? I mean, this is not so uncommon, right? I myself know a person that has to do with a person in his job, and he is persecuted by the mafia, right? So what happened is he jumped down from a big ass building, okay, I believe he said. Anyway, he killed himself, right? So he had a lot of money. Okay, he had a lot of money. Okay, so it's not a direct contact that I have. Okay, it was a person that I know from how can I say, not directly from my job. Okay, but somewhere I had an appointment. Okay, and he works somewhere, and where he worked, he had that guy. Okay, he was a so-called, if you will, psychotherapeut. Okay, so psychology therapist. Okay, so he went in those closed psychiatries, how you call it, okay, where you have a lot of people, okay, being in, being in a completely bugged out mind frame. Okay, can't talk anymore, can't think anymore. Okay, so there's a lot more people. There's a lot more people than us. Okay, being in a situation, being persecuted, but they don't have that shield, and they also don't have the stability and the mind. To mentally overcome these things. Okay, which we have it. I mean, I have it. Okay, like technically, I know that sounds how it sounds, but technically, it's just like this human trafficking. Okay, there will be a time where they try to human traffic the prophets, which this time is already here. Okay, but just because you or me, we don't know a specific case, doesn't mean that it's not possible, but that it don't happen. Okay, that it don't happen. Okay, so what are we advised? Okay, what should you do? What should you do? You should think positive, okay? At least so much that you can walk your day normally, okay? make your day normally, your routine, right? Philippians 4:8. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, okay, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatever things, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue and if there be any praise, think on these things. Yeah, which, for example, if you have a job, okay, for example, you running low, okay, with your income, okay, so you had to take a job that maybe has to do with stuff, okay. I don't know, stuff where you have to lie to people, for example, okay. Most of the time you will see before you work there if your job is basically to lie to people, right? Is there still a chance that something like that happens here? Can be that you start to work there and now it comes out that you have to do certain things where you morally would say, oh, this is going against the 10 commandments or commandments in general, okay? Like, for example, there's one specific things, okay, what a lot of brothers go to is they have to sell meat to people. They have to sell meat, right? Swine's pig, pork meat, okay? But there are people who eat pork meat because they will be destroyed. There are people, okay, scripture talks about that, making those people fat, okay, so the sacrifice, this righteous sacrifice will be even better, man, okay, the fatter these people get, okay, from the money that they stole from the lost chosen people, okay, so they buy all kind of stuff which makes them just fat, okay. Here are a few heathens on the internet talking good things about what is good to eat and so, and so on. But it's not like that with the most people. Most people are just TV watching, social media like, fame, horny, First thing, I mean, there's nothing wrong about having social media, okay? Also not having likes. This is not what I'm talking about, okay? But what I mean is no lust for the truth, okay? Just lust for the world knowledge, okay? Or how can I don't know, I just saw a documentary of somebody breaking into going into houses, stealing stuff, okay, 4 or 5 times in the year, driving every sports car he wants, okay, because it goes into gangs. Okay, so he started small, then he had people coming with certain stuff to him, can you do that for me, or can we break into that house, okay? Okay, so for these people, okay, it's normal to lie, it's normal to steal, it's normal to kill even, okay? I just saw another documentary, two adult person, okay, killing a woman because because she has a horse farm, okay? So he actually the man of that woman, okay? The man of that woman, he he invented that plan to kill her with another girl that was she should buy the horse farm. Okay, she should buy the horse farm, and then they started to make plans to kill her. So the man should get the horse farm, right? But the woman, I don't know, was it her or him? Don't matter, okay? But he was with her, so of course he was about to receive the farm, right? So he made all kind of insurances, okay, death insurance and so on, before he and with the other woman they met in the forest, okay, to give her to meet with another dude, because she knew somebody, okay, from, I don't know, prison or some gang or some criminal who is able to kill people for a little bit of money, right? So what they did is they invited her to that forest place, okay, just to kill her. And since he made all these insurances, he made sure that all her money and her horse farm goes over to him, right? Crazy stuff, okay? But the girl, like I said, the girl was involved also. I believe she wanted to, she wanted to buy a horse, exactly. So it was not about the horse farm. The horse farm was because the dude, he knew if she dies, I will get the whole farm, right? But there was another woman that wanted to buy just a horse, okay? And then they met before she was getting killed, okay, near the forest. They met and talked about the price of the horse, and did a little partying, okay, because she was lucky because she received a good price for the horse, and the woman also was lucky because she received the horse she wanted, right? So these people are struggling to even do normal moral things, moral behavior, okay? They struggle even there, okay? Not killing, not stealing, not lying. Of course, man, okay? Just look where you work or where you go to sports or whatever, okay? Especially the women. They have nothing to do, okay? Than to just yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man, but it's not always like that, okay? But like I said, a lot of stuff happens, okay? And people think, yeah, as long as I can go to work, drive my car, watch my TV or my little TikTok 10 minutes, okay, then there's no evil in the world. Doesn't make sense, man. Scripture tells you that Satan is out of prison, deceiving the people, okay? On Halloween there were TikToks about ritual murdering, okay? Ritual killings. Proverbs 17:22. A merry heart doeth good like a medicine, but a broken spirit drieth the bones. Yeah, that's why you have to think positive, because it helps you to get your routine done. It helps you to, I don't know, pay your bills accurately, so you don't have always fines. Okay. Okay, because small amount of money makes also, if you put all together, then it makes a big amount, okay? Okay? So what I want to say is, okay, to have a little bit more positive mind helps you in all things. It helps you to have more stability in life. It helps you to reach your goals, whatever goal it is. And I don't mean traveling to China, okay, to look for a woman. That's not what I mean, okay? The beloved elder apostle Gabar just told us, or at least I know what he said, and I can't forget that, which I don't want to forget that. I always have it in my mind, just like a lot of other things, okay? that we are not allowed to travel anymore, only if it's because of the family, then it's allowed, but not pleasure flight, okay? No pleasure flights, okay? Which means you fly somewhere just for pleasure or for enjoying. No, to visit with your family, that's okay. I myself, I think about flying to Africa with my uncle to meet my family, because also he has the contact and all, you know. I don't have to look where I go and all that. Okay? But yeah, count the cost for everything. Okay, is it really worth what you do? Okay, and I don't mean flying somewhere, I mean things in your life in general. Okay. I know it's not easy oftentimes. Okay, if I look at my life, for example, it's also not easy because because I was basically homeless for 1 or 2 years. Okay, not knowing what to do. And I still have to pay things going back to this time. Which was a crazy time, but it helped me also to understand really how things work and to actually before it just helped me. Okay, also, but it's expensive. Okay, and I reached my goals. Went to the doctor, circumcised for the circumcision. Okay, a long time I was not circumcised even. Okay, long time I wasn't even circumcised. Now I'm circumcised everything. Okay, having my driver license. A long time I had no driver's license. 2 years back. Seeing the borders for the first time, I hadn't even a driver's license. But it all comes with patience, okay? It takes a lot of time to heal, okay, from certain things. They can be financially, okay? There will be financially also, especially if you go into digital ID, okay? I just saw a video today. Friedrich Merz talking about, we want to go for the money of the people. Yeah, because they're in debt, okay? Your country is in debt, okay? But that in combination with the digital ID, what you think gonna happen? Complete freaking out of things, man. Okay, and like the scripture says, man, invading each other, invading the houses, going for the elect. Okay, those who preach this truth. Okay, maybe no internet for 2-3 weeks. I mean, no power for 2-3 weeks. Are you now the prepper should you be the prepper? Okay, one of the top preppers in your city? No. Okay, we don't prep. It's not bad to have a little bit a little bit more water at home. Okay, some candles maybe when the light is out, which is actually a clever thing if you think about it. Okay, especially candlesticks that give you light for days. Okay, just imagine imagine the power is off in your city for like 2 weeks. Okay, you need just 5 candles of that sort and you just have light the whole time, which, trust me, having light in the night time, if the power is off and people invading each other maybe or breaking into houses, okay, I don't know, or people just freaking out at home because having no power, you want to have light in the night if shit happens, man. Okay, so trust me, you need some candles, man. You need at least, I would say, 5 to 10. This is not prepping. Okay, prepping, I went to that, man. Okay, like I told you, the time that I mentioned here in this video. Okay, it was that time where I also prepped, or not cheap stuff, man. I had a water filter for over 100 euro. I mean, a water filter that you can just use to drink out of every last soup of water out there in the nature, man. Even, man. Okay, like you see some water on the ground, you can just filter it, man. Like that kind of crazy shit. No pill or something. No, a complete filter. Okay, able to switch the tapping, so you have the other filter basically working for like, I don't know, half year. You can just use the thing, drinking out of everything. So that thing costs over 100 euro. I sold that. There was a time when I sold all that stuff, man. Okay, I was heavily prepping, man. I had, if you ask me something, I had it. Okay, I was prepping a lot. Okay, I had big boxes of dattel. Dattel is a sweet tasting. They eat that in Arabia also. Okay, this thing was weighing, I believe, 5 kilo. Okay, I was stacking that up until I had enough to survive maybe 4 or 5 weeks with that shit. Okay, so I was prepping, man, heavily. Yeah, and then again, okay, I was eating that stuff, eating it, and all the other stuff I sold, most of it. I still have some things, okay, but it's more things that everybody has, okay. But yeah, man, this is not positive mindset, because positive mindset is not what these people or the world thinks. Positive mindset is also having faith, okay. And you don't have faith if you think you can rely on just prepping. It doesn't make sense. He just tells you that we need power from on high. Okay, he just told us. Yeah, man. But with that, okay, I think these are two important verses. I mean, you have to understand that positive means, okay, not thinking about all the evil all the time, okay, but also thinking about how can you make yourself more stable, okay, how can you study more for the scriptures, okay, different time frames, time windows in the week where you can possibly do it, okay. Investing some money in new photos maybe for camp, okay. So this always will help you, trust me. It is the salt basically of your life. And I know it myself how important that salt is, because oftentimes if you miss it, you are you are heavily involved in this world, and you know, or in work maybe. Okay, my working contract is not as big how it can be, man. Okay, not full time, man. Because I know, okay, but just work. You don't have time for nothing anymore, man. Okay. Anyway, shalom.